Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Elders Boxing. We back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We're going to build on some boxing talk right here. We got some news and notes we're going to break down. Got a couple of topics I want to run through. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how we get down. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Drop a comment. If you listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment there as well. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Twitter @OverJ, Instagram @LDoesBoxing, and then you can tap into the website LDoesBoxing.com. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So I got a couple of topics, man. We're gonna run down. Feel free, like I said, ask any questions. It ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, off topic or anything. My man Gregory Carmichael in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So here we go. So starting with we talked about this yesterday. For the ones that was in the building, I appreciate you guys. We touched on Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius yesterday. So for you guys that was here, it ain't no big surprise. But I guess for a lot of other people, it was. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I ain't really mad at it. I like a good plot twist. You know what I'm saying? Suspense movies, that's my thing. And I like it. You know, Robert Helenius just fought last weekend. Got a third round knockout victory in his home country of Finland. And he coming right back. Now the reason why he getting it is because one, he passed his medicals. Everything is good to go. He didn't take no punishment in his last fight. You know what I'm saying? And then two, he didn't outprice himself. Now we had a bunch of other heavyweights that wanted this position and wanted this spot. But Robert Helenius was about business. You know what I'm saying? He knew he ain't gonna get a big bag coming off a 6-day notice. You know what I'm saying? To get Anthony Joshua. And we know Anthony Joshua is a cash cow. So they had to take this event off of pay-per-view over there in the UK. They downgraded. So a lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying, they lost money. But at the end of the day, we got a fight. We got a fight night. And it's basically all heavyweights on the card. You know what I'm saying? So you got to feel that. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. My man in the building. Appreciate you. Teaching the building. Salute. So for me, I know I don't get everything right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody does, right? But it's important for me to get majority of the shit right because I got a lot of people who depend on me for this boxing knowledge. So yeah, I want to be first. I want to be right. I want to be all that good shit because now I can tell somebody else, bro, this was popping. You know what I'm saying? I like to share my information. I don't like to hold it in all the time. If I get something, I know we got boxing fans amongst us that rock with me, I'm telling them. I don't care. That's how we getting down. And it ain't about me gloating and nothing like that. I just want everybody to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I figured this out. Actually, I did my research Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying how shit was going to play out. But Robert Helenius accepted the deal. He accepted the fight Sunday. You know what I'm saying? He was just waiting for all the other financial shit to get ready. So that's what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? I like Anthony Joshua in this fight though. It's unfair to say he got to knock out Helenius in one round. He's not punching like Wilder. We know that. But I think he can stop him, break him down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe mid-rounds. Get some, you know what I'm saying, get some rounds in with his new trainer. You know, this is second fight together with Derrick James. I like that. He said true. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We always going to be on that shit, bro. Yeah, I got to be first and I got to be right. I don't care. Nobody talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my dynamic as I do this boxing content shit. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to get the next 10 things right. That's how we rocking. You know what I'm saying? My field goal percentage is going to be crazy. But I like it though. You know what I'm saying? You know, AJ's supposed to fight Wilder in January. You know what I'm saying? Robert Helenius, he's not Wilder, of course, but he's 6'7", 6'8". So that's a good look, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to find too many people exactly like Wilder, of course, but that's cool. And I expect AJ to look better than what he did in his first fight against a kind of a tricky opponent in Jermaine Franklin. He had to punch down at him and stuff like that. So I think AJ gonna get busy. We're gonna see. I like it. So on the card, we got a bunch of heavyweight fights. You got Philip Hrgovic versus Dempsey McKean. We know Hrgovic is the IBF mandatory. He got to win this fight to keep his status. Usyk is fighting 2 weeks after this. You know what I'm saying? He got Dubois. So more than likely, after that fight, they're gonna order Hrgovic versus the winner if he maintain his status. If McKean wins, he don't necessarily get Hrgovic's spot. You know what I'm saying? Hrgovic it won't be a mandatory. This is not an IBF eliminator. It's just a guy taking a fight. You know what I'm saying? So if we lose, I mean, it's no IBF mandatory. I mean, same thing happened with Cody Crowley when he fought Akadurov. You know what I'm saying? He beat him up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't become IBF mandatory. Matter of fact, he didn't even go down that route. They rated him number 15. So Denson McKean will not be the mandatory for Usyk if he wins. Hrgovic will. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make that clear. But it's a good look, though. It's a good look. Chisora versus Gerald Washington. Like I spoke on yesterday, both guys has passed it. Chisora is a come-forward fighter. You know what he brings to the table. He going to give you a tough, solid 4 rounds, and after that, he going to be gassing for air. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you can't deal with the pressure by then, he going to fight in spurts. You know what I'm saying? He going to throw wild looping hooks and overhand rights. It's on you to box him. You know what I'm saying? Gerald Washington is 6'6". He should be able to box him. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes Gerald Washington fight the wrong style, like he did against Kornacki. He need to be boxing and keeping the range and kind of walking Chisora into some shots. They know each other, you know what I'm saying, sparring rounds and shit, so they got the, you know, they're familiar with each other, so that's good. Yes, Hrgovic is the IBF mandatory. His last fight against Zane was for the IBF final eliminator. And he was trying to fight, they ordered the fight with him before, but Hrgovic, but they allowed the WA to go first. Just do boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Yeah, he needs some snaps on the Petro, for sure. You know what I'm saying? His shit be crazy. So we're going to see, though. Gerald Washington got Malik. You know what I'm saying? Malik been getting them right. We're going to see if they're going to transfer. I don't think Gerald Washington taking punches like he used to. And I think Chisora may have the better chin. But we'll see. It's a good style matchup. Older guys. I expect a good fight. You got Johnny Fisher. I like him. He's up and coming heavyweight. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? He still got some work to do. I like what he did his last fight. He was going to the body. Got a first round knockout. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro. I like a good heavyweight card. DOG in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. You can never go wrong with a good heavyweight card. Like, we got one this weekend, and we got one on the 26th with Jared Anderson. So, that's how we rocking. All right, next topic. We got the IBF Cruiserweight Champion, Jay Abataia. He's the number 1 guy in this division. You know what I'm saying? Southpaw, got skills. He's nice. He beat up on Maris Bridges last year. He had to come through some adversity in that fight because he broke his jaw in 2 places. He been on the ring for a minute. Injuries, promotional situation, all that shit kept him out. But he just signed a co-promotional deal with Eddie Hearn. And this is the thing. 2 of his mandatories fell out of negotiations at the last day of the purse bid. He's supposed to have purse bid today. Richard Rapport pulled out. Before that, it was Maurice Massenet. He pulled out. So I'm thinking he should have a voluntary. You know what I'm saying? Since the mandatories acting like they don't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? There's other shit going on. Boxer and Matchroom, they got some beef or whatever it is. So expect to see Jay Abataia back in the ring pretty soon versus Jordan Thompson. And that's a Matchroom fighter. He like 6'5", tall, rangy, can punch. He did training camps with Tyson Fury to get ready for Deontay Wilder. So he been around. I can see that as a first title defense, his first fight with Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of messed up everything because they was planning that fight with him and Jordan Thompson before the IBF ordered Richard Rapport. They was going to do that fight, was it August 23rd? So you kind of like behind the power curve now, unless those guys been training, and they can get down and do that fight in Australia. But more than likely, they'll probably push it back to like September. So I expect to see Jay Abataia, which is a good fighter. If you guys haven't seen him fight, he can fight. He a good boxer, puncher, southpaw. He's solid. He can box. You know what I'm saying? He made me a believer doing what he did to Breeders, who was the number 1 guy at the time. And then Jordan Thompson. He's a 6'5", 6'6", got a linky frame, can punch. I think like 31, 32, you know what I'm saying? So it's about time. These guys in the cruiserweight division, if they get an opportunity with 12 or 11 fights, they gotta take it because the division ain't that crazy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that crazy. So we'll see though. I like Jay Avataya though. He's nice with it. He's nice. Crush the Legends. What's good? What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yeah, he pulled out negotiations today. He with Boxer. I guess they don't want to. I guess they got beef. Boxer and Matchroom. I don't know. Lost his opportunity. All right. Next one. So Arthur Beterbiev versus Calvin Smith. Now this fight was scheduled for August 19th. It got postponed a couple of weeks ago because Beterbiev had some dental situation, and he caught an infection in his jaw. So they had to push the fight back. They have a new date just announced today, January the 13th. Now I know we like, damn, bro, that's a long ass way away. But I think he got a lot of shit going on with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the new date. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the same venue and everything. The undercard may change. They had Christian and Billy on the undercard. He's supposed to face Demond Nicholson. Maybe he'll get another date. Maybe September the 21st. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. We got to check and see. I know they got some dates for Eye of the Tiger. But yeah, that's what it is. It's a letdown because you want to see these guys fight. You know what I'm saying? Calvin Smith, by the time he fight, he can be out of the ring for a year. He had an injury in March. Then he pulled out of his fight, so-called injury. He pulled out his fight. Then the next week they ordered the WBC ordered him versus Beterbiev. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take that as it is. So he haven't fought in a year. Beterbiev is gonna be coming up on a year for him too because he fought Anthony Yard in January in a good fight. So the light heavyweight division haven't been looking so tough this year. In a year that we really been going crazy with a lot of big fights. Of course, we're not gonna get undisputed because WBC is not gonna allow Bivol to fight another. Y'all know what it is. So it's like ain't not really cracking in light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? We got Waxy versus Dan Aziz. That might be the biggest fight left on the schedule. John Pascal got upset. I mean, it ain't nothing else going on. This weekend, Marcus Brown coming back, but he fighting off TV. I don't know. So, when we give these divisions heat, like we give them the heavyweight division, ain't shit happening in the heavyweight division this year. Man, I think it's worse in light heavyweight because at least we got a whole heavyweight card. I know they don't normally do a whole light heavyweight card, but still, it ain't really nothing popping in the light heavyweight division. They got to get it going. We'll see. But this is an explosive fight. I think Calvin Smith does have a chance. He's a big puncher. I love his counter punching ability with the left or the right. But Beterbiev is just a monster, killer. You know what I'm saying? I like his in and out movement. He know how to set shots up. You know what I'm saying? He don't fall into his work a lot. He got good footwork for a big time puncher. Good punch placement. I mean, it's just a fireworks type of fight. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everything is good. But January 13th, that feels like a long time away. So we'll see how everything shakes out with that one. For sure. He said, yeah, bro. That's what it is. January. Yes, sir. Originally I heard November, but I guess it's more serious than what I thought. That's a long time from the original date. Yeah, it is. Smith going, no, he can't. He locked into a contract. He can't take a fight. You know what I'm saying? He locked into the contract. So, hey, he pulled out a fight in March, and then the guy was left without a fight. He ended up fighting Bawaxi. What's his name? Pablo Sapien, something like that. Hey, that's the business of boxing, bro. So I guess he'll go support his brother. He got a big fight coming up against Chris Eubank on September the 2nd. So that's what it is. All right, next one. We got O'Shaquie Foster and Rocky Hernandez. So they had a purse bid today for the WBC 130-pound title. O'Shaquie Foster is the champion. He won the title in February versus Ray Vargas. Rocky Hernandez is a big puncher. I think he's like 34-1 with 31 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? He's sleeping a lot of shit. So Matchroom won the purse bid, like 460-something thousand, whatever it was. So O'Shaquie Foster gets 75% of that. 10% is going to escrow, so like 46,000, and then the rest go to Rocky Hernandez. So this should be on one of the Matchroom shows. when they announced their schedule. You know what I'm saying? The first date I got was October 13th. That's on a Friday. That sounds like a Mexican card. You know, normally they have shows in Mexico on the Zone, like on a Friday. That's what it sounds like to me. But we'll see. That date is fluent. That's just the first one I heard. So it ain't nothing official yet. We should get this fight in the fall, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if Matchroom try to sign O'Shaquie Foster. It would make sense because, you know, the winner of this fight, whoever wins, can get an opportunity to unify with Joe Cordina. Joe Cordina is supposed to come back on September the 30th, but I don't know. He's looking like he asking for some money, a lot of money to face Zephyr Barrett. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I like O'Shaquie Foster. I think this is a style clash. Rocky Hernandez coming forward, throwing a lot of big hooks and body shots and a lot of big shots. And O'Shaquie Foster is a boxer puncher. He can fight on in both stances. He can do a lot of things. He's faster, got faster hands. It's like he probably can dominate this fight if his legs and everything is straight. I know he had a big ass knee brace on his last fight, but he really didn't move around against Ray Vargas. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. It's interesting though. First title defense for O'Shaquie Foster. Yeah, I like it though. It would be a good fight too. We'll see. It all depends on how this Matchroom shit work. You know, the business of boxing is tricky. I can say yeah, but then again, O'Shaquie Foster won. He won a vacant WBC title. When you win a vacant title, you got two mandatories back to back. Who's to say? You know what I'm saying? We'll see. If he signed with Matchroom, it's more likely that he could because he's a free agent now. But if not, he'll probably have to fight another mandatory, back-to-back mandatories, a la Jermell Charlo when he won his first WBC title. He had two mandatories back-to-back. He had Charles Hadley and then Erickson Lubin. So the second mandatory in this instance would be the winner between Pablo Vicente. He's from Cuba. I think he's from Cuba or Panama, one of them, man. Forgive me. But I know he's with Samson Likowitz. And then Muhammad Yakovov, who O'Shaquie Foster beat last year. So he'll probably get two mandatories back-to-back, depending on how the WBC want to run it. Yeah, I got you covered. I mean, JC, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So, yeah, I think it's a good fight, though. Solid matchup. You know what I'm saying? Next one. So we got a good heavyweight fight that's in the works for the end of September. Up top, you got Aldo Wallin. You know what I'm saying? I think he's 24-1. He got Murat Gassiev, who was a former cruiserweight champion, unified cruiserweight champion. We forget about that, but now he campaigned at heavyweight. He ain't really fought no good competition at heavyweight. This is an interesting fight, man. Because Gassiev, I know Gassiev is a cruiserweight, but he's 6'3". He's solid, 6'3", 230. Wallin's like 6'5", 240-ish. He's a boxer. I ain't gonna say he's a puncher. He's a good boxer, southpaw with skills. But Murat Gassiev is a puncher, and he got a high guard. He coming to destroy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a classic style. And when I'm breaking it down, I can see Aldo Wallin kind of doing similar stuff to what Usyk did to Gassiev, but that's a different type of fight a long time ago. But Gassiev is sitting right there in front of you with a high guard, so you can get off and get around that shit before he started throwing punches. His last fight, Murat Gassiev, he probably threw like 2 punches in that round. And then in the second round, he went crazy and stopped Mike Balagon in 2 rounds. That shit look like some fixed shit. My man JC always talking about a dive. Go look at that fight. Murat Gassiev versus Mike Balagon. Then let me know if was that a dive to you. Because dude didn't throw no punches the first round. That was crazy. But this is an interesting fight. Both guys got world rankings. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can, I don't know what they can do with it. But it's a good fight. It's supposed to go down at the end of September in Turkey. I like it. I like matchups like this. This is kind of like a crossroad contender type of fight. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. Foster for the win. I like O'Shaquie Foster too. D-Ray in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said downloading. My man Teach. Now for real, bro, go watch that fight after you get off this or when you get a chance. Murat Gassiev versus Mike Balagon. It was his last fight. I think it was in March. Yeah. I'm gonna agree. It's a good scrap. Yeah, it's a good scrap. I like it. I like the styles too. All right. So my next topic though is on the 130 pounds. 130 pounds, kind of a division we don't talk about so much. But this week in boxing, we got a lot of things happening in this division. And I touched on this yesterday, but we got Ottar versus Roger Gutierrez, WBA final eliminator. The winner is the mandatory for the winner between Hector Luis Garcia and Lamont Roach. Whenever they fight, I don't know when they fighting. I don't know the date. I don't know. That's a PBC thing. But this is a good fight. It's going down tomorrow on ProBox. I advise everybody to tap in with the YouTube channel. Check out this fight. This is going to be a good one. So this is a nice little domino in 130 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot going on until this week. We got the big one right here. Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez. The WBO title. I like this fight. I feel like it's a can't miss. You know what I'm saying? I think either guy got ways to win the fight. I like Navarrete in the fight, but I can see Oscar Valdez counter punching and trying to throw the left hook and land that shot. We'll see. I just feel like once Navarrete get his shit going and that awkward throwing punches from long range and switching up, I think it's going to give Oscar Valdez a lot of problems. He get touched up. His face get marked up a lot. We're going to see. I like it, though. So that's going down on Top Rank this weekend. And the winner of that is supposed to get a new mandatory, which should be Albert Bell. He's number 2, right behind Oscar Valdez right now. The fight with Oscar Valdez is not a mandatory, it's a voluntary. And you know Navarrete won a vacant title, moving up from featherweight to fight Liam Wilson. So Albert Bell got assurances that he's the mandatory if he wins this Friday on overtime. You can catch this on DAZN, August the 11th. So more than likely he gonna get an 8-round decision. You know what I'm saying? he normally win all his fights by decision, all boxing the guy. I think he gonna do the same thing. And he said he going over to Arizona to call out the winner. Right after that, he jumping on the plane going to Atlanta. So let's get it. You know what I'm saying? He's a tough matchup for these guys because he's 6 foot, a legit 6 foot. I stood next to him. Man, him around the same height. He's slender. He just don't got a lot of power, but he can box and make you confused and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So 130. That's interesting stuff, man. And a lot of stuff going on at 130. But it's cool that we got little dominoes falling this week. So y'all stay tuned, man. See what happens and shit. For sure. Roger for the win. I like Ottar, but that'll be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. I'm with you though. I see you. I got Navarrete. Me too. Valdez might have issues with the move. Yeah, that when he started, he got that awkward style, man. I like watching him fight. Him and Munguia. And of course, like Tank Davis and like Wilder, those guys are exciting. Wilder, but like Navarrete, it's like when he get going, his shit comes from so many angles. It's crazy. That's overtime promotions. They say it's OTX, but it's overtime. Yeah, it's Friday. Overtime boxing. They had the card last weekend. All right, here's my last one, and then I'm gonna open up for questions and all that good shit, whatever y'all want to talk about. So we got the Rodriguez and Lopez card on Showtime this weekend. I just want to touch on the prelims. So we talked about the undercard. You know, the off TV, you'll have Marcus Brown coming back in a separate fight. Jesse Hart in a separate fight. So hopefully we'll get some details on that. The main card, you got Trayvon Marshall versus Gabriel Magistri. You got Gary Antoine Russell coming back versus Kent Cruz. And then the main event for the vacant IBF title at 118, Manny Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. But for the prelims, it's going to start on Showtime at 7 o'clock Eastern time. You have Michael Angelini is going to like basically headline that part of it. He's facing Jonathan Lopez. And this is a bantamweight fight. 10 rounds too. No, I think it's 8 rounds. One of them. But Michael Angelini is a good fighter. Young fighter. Solid. You know what I'm saying? Got good size for the division. He's facing Jonathan Lopez, who is undefeated. I think he's from Puerto Rico too. The second fight you'll see is Jose Benavidez Jr. He's facing a journeyman guy, 10 rounder. He got to get a win. He haven't won since Frank Rojas when he was fighting on Top Rank. Long time ago. Long time ago. I think that was the undercard of Bud versus Horn. So he need a win. He ain't had a win in 5 years. So gotta get Jose a win. He campaigning back at 160. This is the second fight at 160. So he's facing a guy that he should beat. Got a lot of fights, but he a journeyman. Damian Vasquez, he a former title challenger. He's fighting on this card. So the way I look at it, I can see if Michael Angeletti win and Damian Vasquez win, I can see those guys fighting each other. Now Vasquez, every time he got 3 losses. Every time he stepped up, he lost. Payano, former world champion, lost. What's the other guy? I think he fought Lewis. No, he fought Figueroa. Figueroa beat him. And then I think Figueroa beat him for some title or some shit. I can't remember. But Figueroa beat him, and then he got stopped in 2 rounds by Rashid Warren, who is not a puncher. And that was like a 1-punch knockout type of situation. So we'll see though. So good action though, all across the board. We touched on it yesterday. Good action. We got fights starting tomorrow, Wednesday through Saturday. A lot of action, a lot of big names, world title fights. Got a lot of stuff going on in the sport of boxing. So I just, encourage everybody to tap in for sure. Yes, sir. He said aqua punches, aqua footwork. No, for real, yo, Navarrete, yeah. He said Vargas. Yes, sir. Who's Vargas? Which one you talking about? I might have missed something. My bless. Unscripted virtuoso in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I see you in the building. I'll be on every Friday this month, as far as I know. The 18th, they have Kurt Scobie is back. And then on the 25th, they got a good fight as the main event. They have Truck Simpson versus Vladimir Hernandez. The one Vladimir Hernandez beat J-Rock on the undercard of Wilder and Fury 3. Yeah, consistent. Yes, sir. Pillow Fist Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas, where he come from? Jose Benavidez fought Jesse Vargas? I don't know. But I seen Jesse Vargas too. This is over the weekend and shit. When I was at the Spence and Crawford shit. He got worse defense out of the two. But now Red Tape unorthodox. Not for real. Your thoughts on his what defense? What defense? Nah, Liam Smith. What's his name? Liam Wilson is from Australia. He's from Australia. But yeah, no. Well, see, Liam Wilson, when I broke down that fight, I knew he was a big puncher. So I wasn't surprised by that, what he did to Navarrete. But Navarrete don't got no D. His defense is his offense. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I seen him box before, though. Like, use a jab and stuff like that. But, you know what he trying to do. But yeah, Liam Wilson, he's fighting August 23rd. He got a good fight coming up, too, fighting in Australia. But yeah, he's from Australia. He good. He's solid. Now, Wilson was over here training with the Headbangers in D.C., so he was ready for that fight. I can see that teach. He said, did you touch on Ken Cruz earlier? Yeah, I touched, briefly. Ken Cruz versus Gary Antoine Russell. I like Antoine in the fight. I think he may be too strong for Ken Cruz. Ken Cruz is a decent boxer. He's just solid. He don't really do nothing too crazy. He okay. I think Antoine should beat him. If Antoine right, I think he should beat him. Probably stop him mid rounds. Yeah, I touched on it briefly. The weekend, yeah. yeah, he's from Australia. He's the stablemate of Tim Tszyu. Yes, sir. Those dudes come to fight. Tim Tszyu. They got a nice little stable now. Tim Tszyu, Sam Goodman, that just beat Raees Salim. They got Liam Wilson. They got Nikita Tszyu. That's the younger brother of Tim. Who else? They got some other fighter too. Other fighters they got. So, yeah, bro. I like that shit. So it's interesting though. I think the biggest fight of the weekend is, of course, Navarrete and Valdez. We'll see what Valdez brings to the table. I know a lot of people thinking this is going to be the Burchett fight 2.0. A couple of differences with that. I think Burchett was kind of I think he had a lot taken out of him. More, he been in more wars than I believe Navarrete been in. Navarrete been in some tough fights, but I don't know if he been in wars where he got his ass beat up like Burchett did. That's for one. And two, I think, see, the weight thing is different too, because I felt like Navarrete moving up to 130 struggled too. Now, he ain't no Burchett. That's what I'm saying. I'm like that. I'm with you too. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a little bit stronger and more sturdier than Burchett. You feel me? Another thing, I mean, once you test positive one time, bro, we don't know how good you really was. And that's the case for Oscar Valdez. I mean, before he tested positive against Conceição, I mean, that fight he had against Burchett was excellent. Excellent game plan. He was boxing, he was counterpunching, he had a good jab, he was going to the body, he dropped Burchett early in that fight, then he stopped him with that highlight reel knockout. Since then, since he got caught for a banned substance, he been looking, you know what I'm saying? He been looking average. Still got the left hook. Conceição boxed his head off to me. I thought he won that fight 9-3. Easy money. Got robbed, in my opinion. Then the Shakur fight, he got washed. And then with the Lopez fight, he was getting touched up against Blue Nose, his last fight. Like, I'm just saying, Blue Nose touching you and scarring you up like that, imagine Navarrete. And Navarrete got awkward angles and, like my man said, the footwork. I don't know. You can use your triangle theory with this one. They work sometimes. It's going to sound weird, but Navarrete got way more boxing skills than Burchett. I mean, when he pump his jab, bro, he's solid, yo. Like, he's solid when he pump his jab. Both of them throw a lot of looping shots and shit. But I seen Navarrete box, and I seen him box from both sides of the plate, using his jab and then working his way in and then throwing that wild shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can probably agree with that in a sense, because even though his footwork is awkward, it's better than Burchett's. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think Navarrete is more sturdy, bro. Way more sturdy. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? He got a good engine. He had a sense of urgency in that Wilson fight. He got dropped. The referee took all day putting the mouthpiece in his mouth. That shit was crazy. But he had a sense of urgency and he picked that shit up. I'm gonna go back and watch that fight tonight when I get off. He had a sense of urgency and came back, dropped him, then he stopped him. So listen, we'll see. Now I can't underestimate Valdez, former world champion. I don't know if he tightened the weight. I seen him throwing out the pitch. He had on glasses and shit. We'll see. Maybe both of them tightened the weight. We don't know. It was some controversy with Navarrete. They said he was 132. Something like that. They say he was really 132, but he made the weight. Look, peak game. They say he got on the scale before he was 132. Then he got back on the scale, he was 130. Something like that. Then they said Len Wilson official weight was 126. So everybody was asking, yo, why he come in so light? That's a featherweight. But Len Wilson said he had got on the scale and he was like 129 point something. So I don't know. Some fishy shit. I don't know. I just know when those guys fight on Saturday, it's gonna be a good fight for sure. You know what I'm saying? The undercard is pretty solid with a lot of good prospects. Richard Torres, he's back off an injury. I like Gabriel Mortala. I feel he's a contender right now. He's solid. He can give a lot of these top lightweights some work. You know what I'm saying? I think he can give those guys some work. He's not far from a world title fight. So we'll see how he look against a tough Diego Torres who's going to come to bang and come to fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a good weekend of boxing. It's a good weekend of boxing for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking like after the big fight we'll have a letdown, but we didn't, because last weekend was good too. 2 solid cards. Showbox had a solid card. The overtime card was solid. You know what I'm saying? So it's some good stuff, man. For sure. There's a lot of stuff coming too. We waiting on the fall schedule for a lot of these guys. JJ in the building. What's good with you, bro? So I'm gonna get my 5th edition on Friday. I bet you. Bet. King Mitch in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So it's some solid stuff, man. So I think we off that hangover of Spence and Crawford, right? And we don't gotta talk about that shit no more. Let's see what happens in the rematch if those guys do that. Just a look ahead to next week. So next week we got some decent cards as well. We got another overtime card on the zone. MVP got a prospect card. They got Nestor Bravo on that card versus Will Madera. Should be pretty decent. On the overtime card, you got Kurt Scobie. You got Money Brown. Oh, excuse me, Money Brown. Money Powell, my bust. Money Powell the fourth. He's on that card. You got some other young fighters too. Gustavo Lemon comes back next week. Now, for a lot of you guys that's not familiar with this guy, he's the IBF mandatory at 135 pounds for Devin Haney. He's been mandatory for like a year and some change. I'm interested to see him fight. Hopefully, ESPN Plus to pick up that fight. And it makes sense to do so because George Kambosos won an IBF eliminator his last fight versus Maxie Hughes for the number 2 spot. So if the title becomes vacant, it'd be Gustavo Lemon versus George Kambosos. So in a lead up to that, they might as well just showcase the guy on their network just to let us know, get us familiar with who he is. They've done it before, you know what I'm saying, for a potential fighter. But I'm interested to see him fight. He ain't been in the ring in a minute now. So he said on this channel for sure, not about the other ones. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Motherfucker, Money Brown coming back next week. Money Powell, my best. Matchroom they got a prospect show next week on the zone. It's really a light week next week though. Really a light week. Like my man JC said, it's a hardcore boxing fan week next week as well. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really too crazy, for sure. Pro Boxing gonna have some good cards coming up. You know what I'm saying? I seen one in September, Lester Martinez versus Lonnie Thompson. That's Lonnie B. You know what I'm saying? Lonnie B last fight was 4 years ago versus Uzcategui. He got blackballed, you know what I'm saying? Coming on this internet, but he ain't really had no fights, turning down fights. But he's back though. I like Lonnie B at his age. He a hell of a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. So the weekend of the 26th, we got the 25th. We got Truck Simpson on that overtime card. I like Truck, but Truck been kind of low key. He got to get it going. The 26th, we got Usyk and Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Unified title fight. So that's the night. That's the day of the heavyweights because we got Jared Anderson that night too. Jared Anderson versus Bodinko, Efe Ajaba versus Kalabuski. Joe Loft, the Olympic gold medalist, he's making his top-ranked debut. So a bunch of damn heavyweights on that card. Jeremiah Milton, I think his stock is going down, but he's on the card. So a lot of heavyweight action, bro. The 26th. Also on the 26th, you got the return of the WBO strawweight champion, Oscar Collazo. Oscar Collazo making his he won the title in May in his 7th pro fight. He good, yo. I like him. I think he can probably unify that division at 105, but he's coming back on the zone in Puerto Rico. It should be a good crowd out there. Let me see. So, I think closing out, August ain't too crazy, but it's still some good fights. Good fights, good little cards you can tap into. Showbox is coming back with a card on September the 15th. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a heavy boxing day as well. I know that's Mexican Independence, but they got a card that I like. You know what I'm saying? Showbox normally have good fights on their card. They got Rafael Pedraza versus Raymond Cardenas. And those guys are junior featherweights, 122. That's a good fight. They got some world rankings. You know what I'm saying? The kid, Freddie Rojas, y'all seen him on Frank Martin's undercard. He opened up the show. he's right back. You know what I'm saying? He's on that card. So that's what it is. For sure. That performance is worthy to keep talking about now for sure. My man Cal in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Yes, sir. Salute to you guys coming through. They boxed Saturday. Yeah, it was nice. That performance was crazy. Man, I'm trying to find a way, man. I think I got a link somewhere around this motherfucker. I have to send it to you. But yeah, they don't have like no US TV like that. Let me see. I should have a link coming up. Yeah, it starts like 2 o'clock in the morning. I miss that shit. I guess I can't find a link for that. But they have it. I like it, man. I want to see can they kind of fix that though, cause I'm interested in those Australian cars. I may not watch that shit like 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'll come back and watch it like on my break or something. I'll watch it while I'm at work. I gotta see. I don't know if I can find. I don't know if I have a link for that shit. So we'll see. ProBox on the come up now for real. They got a lot of good cars coming up, bro. I think all day cars the next 2 months is like good, like real good cars, bro. Like rival showbox type shit. Heavyweight cars should be a couple of knockouts, yeah, for sure. He said Helene's getting another bag against Joshua. Ain't gonna see how both look. Yeah. We talked about that shit yesterday over here before they even announced it. I seen Helene's fight last weekend. I mean, he was getting tired early in that fight, but he got the 3rd round knockout. I think AJ maybe mid rounds. Yes, sir. Make sure you tap in with my man, the dude I sent you, bro. My man Britain. Tap in with him, bro, while you out there. Tap in with him. He got some good inside shit. He'll square y'all away. He said, "Ben was so bad. Man, I'm fly." Yeah, Bud back in the gym a week later. Yeah, it's all good. He got time. Yeah, it ain't nothing else to talk about that fight for me, though. I said what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a performance. And we'll see what happens in the rematch. I think it started, getting back going. Probably like after the Canelo and Charlo fight, they can start getting the talks going and shit. So we'll see. We still got that going. Yeah, you gotta tap in with him. Yeah, he been around the sport for a while. He got a lot of connections too. Yes, sir. So yeah, it's some good stuff though coming up. I'm interested to see how Charlo look against Canelo. I feel like Canelo may be a little bit hungry right now. We'll see. You got Charlo coming up 2 weight classes. I ain't gonna hold y'all though. I don't know if Charlo gonna do it though because he respect Canelo too much. Like you gonna beat Canelo, you can't respect his ass. Like Canelo, like you can't respect him. He'll take that shit and he'll turn it against you. You can't respect Canelo. You gotta go in there and fight his ass. He said, "What's up with the Haneys?" We just saying, "Oh, it's just A-side business. They good. They gonna fight top of November." You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. It's just promotion. That's what that is. No, I'm true because look, Regis last year, Regis said after the Zepeda fight, he came on and said he didn't get his paycheck. Then like 2 hours later, I got my money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just wait and see. But that fight is happening next. You know what I'm saying? He said they changed the date. I mean, what I got when that shit came out the week of Spencer Crawford, they said October 26th. And I was like, October 26th? I heard November. That's what my first instinct was. So I seen who reported it. Yo, salute to Mike Coppinger though. I ain't mad at him. He do his thing. It is what it is. But he reported it. I was like, I don't know if it's that date. And I confirmed it. I don't think it's that kind of jumped the gun on that date. So I don't know. So who knows if the date was changed? Because if they saying October 28th, and what I learned, it was like November 4th or the 11th. You know what I'm saying? One of those two. So I don't know. And then these fighters don't be knowing what be going on. bro, I be telling them dudes when they fight. Like, you might be like, man, you wild. You don't know, you don't, bro. I be told a lot of these fighters when their next fight is. They had to go call their manager, like, yo, bro, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's, look, even if it is in November, right? You know what I'm saying? Regis, he the one tweeted out that he won't be ready to November anyway. When Devin Haney said October, he came back and said November. He said, y'all know I'm gonna be out of the country. So I don't understand the problem. It really ain't no big deal. It ain't nothing but promotion. We talking about it. That's it. If it's on the 28th, if it's on the 4th, if it's on the 11th, it don't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? That fight is next. I know it's not gonna be on the 18th because Devin Haney ain't fighting around his birthday. His birthday is the 17th. I already know that. If it's not in November, it's gonna slide to December. So it gotta be either the 4th or the 11th. So I won't fall into that, y'all. I won't fall into that. Because then the next week, once Eddie ready to announce the fights and his schedule, because he couldn't really announce the fight until after. He really ain't gonna feel comfortable announcing these dates until he know AJ won. You know what I'm saying? AJ is the centerpiece of what's going on at the Zone. He don't got Canelo no more. You know what I'm saying? So he's the centerpiece. Like he was the centerpiece to launch the Zone. Their first fight on the Zone was who? AJ versus Povetkin. That shit still reigns true. So it's a lot of rumors about dates and shit like that. Only a little bit of dates trickled out. So once all this shit gets settled, they gonna fight next. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit is just promotion, bro. I want to trip off of it, for real. Let me see. He said, where I left off at. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That's the last one. Nah, I know that's the last one. Nah. Yeah, that's why, man, they don't be knowing, bro. Man, I'm saying wrong with this shit. Yeah, they don't be knowing, Kyle. They don't be knowing. Loma retiring. I don't know. I ain't hear that. I can see it's possible, but I ain't hear that. You know what I'm saying? They pull, yeah. I mean, it don't affect us over here. It was only on pay-per-view in the UK, so it ain't no big deal. It affect their money, but it don't affect the way we was gonna watch it in the United States because it was always gonna be on the Zone. They was just charging those dudes pay-per-view over there. So yeah, man. A lot of this shit though on social media with these fighters, bro, I don't even trip off of it. Because y'all learned everything y'all need to learn. What the WBC said, those guys petitioned to fight each other, and they approved it. So Haney is not the undisputed champion no more. He's going to fight Regis. So we know that's coming. Whether they fight the 28th, the 4th, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Well, it ain't no difference as long as they fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I don't want to trip off what Regis talking about. That's cool. Sell the fight though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you get a couple of people that wasn't tapped into it. Maybe they'll tap in on it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's cool. For sure. Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. That's a fight they've been talking about for November on a pay-per-view card. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if they announce it and all that good shit. But I actually like the fight. I'm not mad at it. Two undefeated guys. You got 2-division world champion Andrade. This would be his biggest fight. It's a tough style matchup for him with Benavidez though. Nah, facts. I do it. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Pay-per-view, come on, yeah. I'm trying to go to that one though. We gotta see where it's at. But shit, you know what I'm saying? If you want to watch a fight, you know how I do it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't encouraging, but y'all know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't trip off that pay-per-view shit, especially if you don't plan on paying for it. If I know you gonna watch it, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't cross that line a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Definitely not pay-per-view worthy. Yeah. We'll see. I thought, what was his last card? He fought Caleb Plant. I thought that was a good card though. That was a good card. You had Cody Crowley versus Uncle Abel. That was a good fight. Then you had Rayo versus Cobra. That was a pretty solid fight. Cobra got knocked down, and then he came back, got back in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Then the co-main, Jesus Ramos went crazy on my man Joey Spencer, and then the main event was cool. He said Andres pulls it off. They fight. Man, we'll see, man. That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. Because it's like they both fight. Like they have ebb and flows different directions. Andre normally starts off fast with that awkward left hand and being a boxer. He don't have the legs like he used to have, so he's not gonna be moving like that. But then his starts off fast, but he slowed down the stretch. But Benavidez kind of picks it up down the stretch. It's an interesting fight, though. He said, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got you. Rayo looking sus. Yeah, I think he got a new team. I don't see Andre beating Benavidez right now. Me either, bro. I don't. We'll see what he brings to the table. I ain't gonna write him off too crazy, but I like Benavidez as of now. As long as they make a strong undercard. Yeah. I mean, that's always cool too. Have a good undercard. Probably it'd be co-main would probably be Mendoza versus Fundora. You know what I'm saying? So I got Boo Boo. Okay. I know Jesus Ramos and Erickson Lubin supposed to be the co-main for Canelo and Charlo. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Yes, sir. That's a good ass fight right there. I'm loving that all day long. I'm loving that shit. And the activity though, when the last time Boo Boo fought? He fought January the 7th on Tank Davis undercard. Tank Davis and Hector Luis Garcia. He fought Damon Nicholson, 10-round decision. All that good shit. But he had on a knee brace. He looked solid in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He probably should have got Doc with a knockdown in that fight. They kind of like bump knees and shit. See, he's about to write him off already. See, I got you covered. So, I mean, we'll see. I think Demetrius can pull it off if he ain't slowed down too much. Yeah, we'll see. I think he's going to have to use some movement, though. He can't be sitting in front of Benavidez. That's one thing. I think he'll have some counter-punching opportunities for sure. But can he sustain that throughout the whole fight? He don't have he don't be consistent throughout the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? He consistent early, but not after a certain point. And what if he not? I don't think he's gonna be able to hurt Benavidez. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I like Benavidez wearing him down the stretch and maybe stopping him late, bro. Overwhelming his ass. I don't know. We'll see though. Andre got the skills. He can box. He ain't moving like if he was moving like he used to, like far as using the ring, and I think he'll have to do that. He can throw some good counter punches and shit like that, but like down the stretch, bro, Benavidez just picks that shit up, pick it up, and he ain't gonna never. This is the first time he gonna have somebody that's gonna pressure him like that. So we'll see. It's interesting. Pull-out game strong. We'll see. He got like 5 kids though. JJ laughing and shit. Andre supposed not winning by KO. No, that's what I'm saying. He might kind of stun him early, but we'll see. So that's true. Once Boo Boo get tired, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Throwing those looping shots and bending down. You know, Benavidez is going to press forward, and we'll see. It's an interesting fight. I want to see it because this is a fight really Andre needs. This is the biggest fight of his career as far as name wise and where he at, because he's one of those guys, and his own fault too. He ain't really getting no big fights. So it's like, if he lose when he get this far, that might be a wrap for him. And I know that's sad to say, but he like 36, 35, 36. That might be a wrap, bro. But we'll see though. We'll see. But it's a lot of good stuff though. I'm waiting on these schedules to drop. Waiting for Matchroom's schedule to drop. Top Rank don't normally drop schedules, but they'll normally y'all know when they're gonna drop some schedules. When you look, if you go look at any schedule that you follow, mine, whoever y'all follow, even BoxRec, if you notice that, like for example, Top Rank last schedule that they announced, last card they announced was September 15th, right? That's Lopez versus Joet. After that, they haven't announced nothing else. So nothing for the end of September, nothing for October yet. So they should be announcing fights right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's something on the 15th. The 15th is going to be a solid day. I mentioned Lopez versus Joet. You got Xander on that card. Jermaine Ortiz is back. Roberson Cancel is back. Ruben Villa, Tiger Johnson. That's a good card right there. You know what I'm saying? And the Zone's supposed to have a Mexican card September 15th with Angel Ferreira on the card, Erica Cruz versus Melissa Parker, and then other Mexican fights. Y'all know how they get down. So yeah, that's a good one. The 16th, you got Williams Zepeda versus Mauricio Jester. So it's gonna be some good boxing coming up, man. For sure. So yeah, let me see. I'm trying to think of some other shit, but I can't right now. But it's all good. But I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section or whatever y'all got. And if you listen to this after the video, listen to the playback, feel free to drop that. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Twitter @OverJ, Instagram LDoesBoxing, and they can tap into the website LDoesBoxing.com. Y'all know behind the scenes, yo, I'm always open. So if you got any questions and shit, feel free to tap in. And that's how we rocking. So salute to everybody. That's my time, and I'm out.